Welcome to the Agents of the Unexplained podcast. From a haunted abandoned asylum to Sasquatch lurking in the dark woods and watching you, and all things unexplained, here are the stories from outside our realm. With your host, Bill Rigby.
And my co-host, Tara. JW is having some technical difficulties tonight. So it's going to be me and Tara if he's able to get in. If not, I'm going to be interviewing my co-host. Scary thought. Hey guys, want to hurry up? I got to go ghost hunting. Yeah, okay. Oh my God, Sandy Lincoln is on time for a change.
Yay, Sandy.
It's about time, Sandy. Oh, what the? Okay, wait a minute. I got to figure this out again. Why is this happening?
Super moon, bitches.
It's not coming up. I don't know why. Oh, well. But anyhow, Angel's out here. She's all humped up, ready to go. I ain't saying what she's humped up on, but it's something. Oh, and the great announcement she did this past weekend. She actually says, "You got to listen, Bill. I got something to give you up when I'm up on stage." And she gave me something. No, it wasn't Lyme disease. No, it wasn't bed bugs. It was something better. We're going back to the Butler VA hospital again.
Awesome.
I can't wait. And why is it should be there, but it ain't. I was going to bring it up on my phone, the podcast, but it ain't coming up on there. Oh, well. So I can read who's talking. No, it wasn't herpes either. We ain't going there. But Tara, seriously.
What?
Seriously. Did you have fun Saturday?
I had so much fun. It was a blast. I enjoyed it. And talking with Angel, with Ghost Chick, I got to meet Ed, the haunted table. He let me take my picture with him, and I think he helped me win some of those raffle baskets.
Folks, she won 4 raffle baskets. She can't bullshit really nobody. She can't bullshit us.
What?
You can't bullshit us. I think you had to fix it and you paid them off.
Well, Ed kept trying to steal my tree knocker thingy-majiggy that I won.
Yes.
I won this.
That is not a tree knocker.
I know.
That's a toy that you're going to be using. Told you, payback.
I know. But Ed tried to steal that twice from me. The table did.
Yeah.
It flung out of my basket. Angel witnessed it. It flung out of my basket, hit the table, and stayed on top of the table. And then the cup that was on the table went flying off onto the ground. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Angel's mom did win the big Sasquatch wood carving from Snuffy.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
So, yeah, that was awesome, too.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
But, yeah, it was a blast on Saturday. And then hanging out with Tammy from Creative Minds and her family. That was great, too. Sitting and getting to know everyone better.
I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. No, I'm keeping my mouth shut because Tammy's sister won the 50-50, and she
Mm-hmm.
was back by the tent. Me and Tammy's up there. We're waiting. Whose number they call but Cindy's?
Mm-hmm.
I said, really? But yeah. Think she share? No. But I did have a good time. A lot of interesting things. So
Mm-hmm.
got to see my friends put it on their presentations. Angel did awesome. Brian and Terry did awesome. Dave and Carrie did awesome. Mike Pellament was up there. Um, Ed Kellman, Dan Hagman. You know, it was really great to see everyone up there doing their thing. You know, it
Mm-hmm.
really was. And I had a great time. And got to sell a few of my items. Um, my coffee, my hat,
Couple shirts.
coffee cups, some shirts. You know, the crowd was way down from the year before. I think it's a couple of things, reasons why. Squonkapalooza was going on in
Mm-hmm.
Johnstown. Plus, they moved it to a different location. And it's a little out of the way. Some people didn't know how to get there, I believe.
And it was
Um,
hot.
and it was hot. So, yeah, it was very hot. But it was still a good time. And Angel did put on a great presentation. I was hoping that she would, and she did. And that was great. Um, yes, Angel, I'm giving you some props there, hon. You deserve it. You did a great job there. Oh, Pittsburgh had the Curiosity Show going on. Oh, shouldn't they have been curious about Bigfoot or the paranormal? What's up with that? Jeez. And hey, my new buddy is out there watching. Met him at Gretchen Fest. He's from Pittsburgh. And I'm surprised they haven't run him out of town yet because he's a Baltimore Ravens fan. So, hi, Frank. So, they're going to be coming to my conference in March. And I gave them a table reservation for them. It's called Three Souls Paranormal. It's three guys. And as I was walking past, Frank comes running up to me and goes, "Hey, it does say 2 chairs on one table reservation." I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "But there's 3 of us." I says, "I can make an exception, I think." So I walk on out.
Winnie.
Well, with Debbie Preggy. I come back by. I stopped at their table. The guys, their wives, and everything's right there. I go, "Hey, I know on the table reservation form, it says about, you get 2 chairs, but I think I'll put the third one in because I got a soft spot for mentally challenged people like Frank." You should have heard them all. I was it. Poor Frank. I tell you what, I dogged him out the whole day, but he was a great sport too. And we had fun. We did have fun that day with all of them. It was a great day down there for Gretchen Fest. But let's talk about what you're going to be doing soon.
Yes. In like a
Come
week
on.
and a half on my birthday, I will be doing my first speaking engagement at the Cambria Heritage Arts Festival. It's going to be at Duban Park, down near Johnstown, Pennsylvania. If you're going to be in the area, September 9th and 10th. come on down and see us. We're going to have a pavilion. We'll be at pavilion number 10. We'll be doing some presentations, doing stuff with the little kids, showing them how to cast footprints. And I know there's going to be some other things as well.
Who's bringing the casting materials?
What?
Who's donating the casting materials?
I think Mary's bringing it. I don't know if it's being donated or not. But yeah, there's it's going to be a really fun day. I'm not really nervous yet, but I know I'll be practicing a speech because I haven't thought about it yet. I'm just kind of going to go with the role, see where it takes me, but I'm super excited. One step up in Bigfoot world. I like being what? Oh my God, sorry, my mom. I'm at home. My mom just interrupted me.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, Bill says hi. So yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to that. And then also the weekend of September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, anyone that wants to come to the Tracy Ridge camp out, myself and Keith Atkins are putting on a multi-county group camp out. So if anyone wants to come to that, you can check out the Pennsylvania Bigfoot page, or you can check Warren, Potter, McKean, or Forest counties. What do you want to say? Not pinups.
Chapters.
What?
The chapters.
Yeah, the chapters. You can check out any one of those pages and you can find information on there as well. So I have a big month coming up. I'm super excited, a little nervous, but I know it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's going to be. Just going to those events and then getting up there and doing a presentation. You're going to be nervous at first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Well, I get nervous every time, but not as bad as I was on the first one. You'll do awesome. Yeah,
I feel like I will.
Yeah, a lot of us are very proud of how you're stepping up and going beyond your comfort zone. So,
thank you.
You're doing good. So just keep it up.
Yep. And I enjoy the little push and nudge every once in a while to get me out of that zone.
I don't nudge you.
You are a very good mentor.
I don't nudge you. No. I want you to
thanks, Angel. Thanks, Shane.
You just no. We got faith in you, and that's the thing. Hey, you will do good. Just don't get in your own head. Then you'll confuse yourself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Believe me, I've been there. Not inside your head. It's Jesus. I have a hard time inside of mine.
But if anyone has any tips or secrets that have spoke before, or held events before,
look at the ugliest person in the crowd.
Okay.
And don't think of them naked.
Okay, good, because I don't want to do that.
No, don't think of them as naked. Just think, I'm the luckiest person in the world.
I get to talk about what I love.
Angel said I should be in her mind. Oh, no, thank you. Ain't no way in hell.
I think I would have fun in Angel's head.
Oh, my God. There she is. The one and only. Nikki Collin. She is the ultimate debunker there is out there. She don't put up with no bullshit. Awesome. She don't. Awesome. I love her. Nikki's the best. I really love her. She, honest to God, we were on the same podcast at one time, and the shit she come up with, I went, wow. I love this woman. She got it together. She
Got
got it
it.
together, and she takes no shit.
Yes.
It's going good, Nikki. I'm glad you're out here. JW had some technical difficulties. He can't get in right now. I don't know what the heck's going on. So I got Tara, my co-host. She's graciously agreed. Oh, yes. Yes.
Ooh, Mount St. Helens.
Yes. Everyone needs to check this out. And
Thanks, Angel.
Angel, you're talking crap.
Thanks, Angel.
I'll get that off the screen. Evening, Brian Little.
Hello, Brian.
But yeah, with all honesty, don't sweat the small stuff. You might stammer a little bit, but just work right through it.
Okay.
It's going to go good. It really is. Once you start talking, you won't shut up.
I'm good at that.
I'll let you say that one. The Vulcan chain, really? Huh.
Angel, what's a rooster fish?
I don't know, but she knows I got those rooster shots in my knee. So it's hard to say. But yeah, with the, I don't know. I don't know where to go. Now let's change a couple things up real quick.
Okay.
Gwen Purcell is a good friend of mine. Nikki knows her. She's a great researcher, great friend. She got knockers. That's her brand name, it's trademark, the whole 9 yards. She got the bat, the shirts. Dolly Parton got a shirt that said got knockers, the whole 9 yards. And what she did today, yeah, Angel, tell her later. What she did today was added my shirts, hats, copies, kids' shirts, kids' onesies, all on her cell site. Angel, we know you got knockers. Oh my God, that woman's on a roll tonight. But she added it on her website, gotknockers.org. So I'm very happy. And so my merchandise is over there with her too. You
That's
order
great.
it from there. Yep.
That is great.
And I support her anyhow. So yeah, and she is a sponsor of our news segment too. And I was kind of informed by Vance, our newsman. Oh my God, Angel. You can put that up. You can put that one up.
Wish I was there with you, Angel.
Boy, sniffing Gorilla Glue. Yeah. Oh my God, you guys. Where in the hell was I?
Got knockers. How awesome Gwen is.
Yeah. She's definitely got some great, she got hoodies, kid shirts, hats with the logo. She even got the wooden bat, which is the true wooden bat. Oh, yes, Vance. Vance kindly reminded me that when we did the new segment last week, I put up the second segment from the second one, not the third one. So we're doing the third one tonight. I apologize, Vance. I screwed up. Who knows why? But when we do the new segment, that's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll bring it on down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 8, 9, 23, 8, 16, 23, 8, 23, 23. Okay. I know which one to do now. But no, seriously.
Oh, are you guys going to use Michael as live bait? Shane Spencer.
I'm reading that. Shane. Shane, my man. You tying Michael up to a tree and put peanut butter on him.
Put peanut butter and cream on his toes.
Yeah, leave his toes alone. They're black. They're bruised. They're bruised really bad. He forgot to pay this week.
I was just going to ask, did the Bigfoot Mafia come for him?
That reminds me. What the hell did I just throw on the floor? Well, it went clean over there. Okay, it went clean over there. I don't care.
Bigfoot Mafia.
They're real. They're serious. They don't mess around. I got to get Nikki one of these shirts. She deserves it too. Because she's the type that don't put up with no BS. She'll debunk it left and right. Yeah, Nikki, private message me your address and shirt size. I will get you one because you deserve it. I just made her into the Bigfoot Mafia. That is funny too, because the way we play that one up, and because someone had to be a smart ass and called a bunch of us that. So we just jumped on it and jumped on the bandwagon. And
that's cool.
And I went and had the shirts made up for it.
I like it. I love it.
And you deserve it, Nikki. Because and I'm being dead serious. She kicks ass. She really does. Dude.
Awesome. I hope to meet you sometime, Nikki.
You know, I got a lot of faith in her and what she does and do and figures out and how to debunk everything and that. I think it's 3 big portfolios full of it, binders full. Yeah. What's a great idea we're learning from Mikey? Mike needs to learn from me. Oh, man. Oh, my God. My friend Dawn's out there. How you doing, Dawn? Long time no see, hon. It's 5 now. Jeez, it's early there for you. But anyhow, let's talk about. Oh, Jesus. Now he's doing his Hulk Hogan impression.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. But anyhow, let's talk about this conference yet for about 6 more minutes and go to the news.
Yeah.
If I get it right this time.
Yes.
5 Bigfoot books of shame now. 5. Holy shit. Oh, I love it. I love it. She don't pull no shit. She'll debunk it and she'll throw you right in the book. She don't care.
That's awesome.
And you gotta love a person like that. You really do. Because it's all about trying to figure this out. And it's all about trying. Don't need the hoaxers, the bullshitters,
No.
and there's so many out there. Like the dude near Salt Fork. I run into him in the woods. So look out. Game on. You know. I hate when people try to bullshit you about it. I hate when they try to put on a big hoax. Now with the AI out there, it's going to be harder and harder.
Yes.
But you can still trip the people up.
The
AI can only do so much in the people.
Exactly.
And
you got that right, Shane.
Yep. And they hurt our field. We're all out there trying to learn and discover, and when you get these hoaxers, they just add fuel to the non-believers. And trying to make a name for themselves, and all it's doing is making a bad name for them.
Yeah.
So I'm all about Nikki. I really am. So
they do hurt our work, Shane.
Yep.
And they keep us from.
And that's the same with
real research.
Like with they. Hey, yes, Nikki, you're right. Right there. Right there. The golden rule. And so you get this lake. That's from the hoaxers. Who cares? And the other ones I like is someone that never seen a Bigfoot, never seen a portal, and they say that's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. But when he starts, like that guy did, is insistent and he very adamant and pushing his luck with me, getting in people's faces, telling that's how it is. Well, finally, he's getting close enough to me that I stood up and said, "Excuse me." So they actually jump through portals. Yes, I'm telling you that's exactly what they do. Have you seen them do that? No. You have any kind of proof of that? Not really. All right, wait a minute. Have you seen a Bigfoot? No.
Then why the hell are you talking?
Then wait a minute. Now I go, and seen a portal? No. Then sit the F down.
Yes.
Quit telling everyone this is how it's done.
Exactly.
If you believe that? Say this is what I believe. Not that's how it's done. I hate that. Say what?
I think he's being sarcastic.
Shane, when I see you, I'm smacking you. Got your toes, buddy. I got to be nice. You're supposed to keep me on track with time, young lady.
Oh, it is 7:30, Bill. It's time for the news.
Oh, It is. Let me see what's happening here.
Attention, Earth people. We won't be here long and will never return. How many of you would like to come with us? Right now.
Ah, yes, we're on our third voyage of Agent Insider News, right here, officially, on the Agents of the Unexplained. It is news night. It is a Wednesday in August. And we'll see how many more adventures we go here. Like I said last time, before this little submarine implodes. Again, wait, what? Too soon? Anyway, let's get into a news story I find rather interesting. A new force of nature? ? Yep, comma. Fermilab scientists think so. Two things about this story. Fermilab is 4 miles away from Studio 401 here, where I am actually doing this little news segment. And second of all, it's a new force of nature that was discovered at Fermilab. Could this be an explanation of some paranormal experiences? If a fifth force is confirmed, it could be one of the most significant scientific breakthroughs in a century since Einstein's relativity theories. Huh? How cool is that? Scientists at Fermilab have found increasing evidence suggesting the existence of a new force of nature. This comes from observing muons, which is a subatomic particle that aren't behaving as a current understanding of physics would anticipate. This experiment, named G-2 at Fermilab, involved accelerating muons around a 15-meter diameter ring, circulating approximately 1,000 times at almost the speed of light. Researchers observed the muons behaving unusually. Yeah, probably pretty dizzy and getting a little nauseated. This unexpected behavior might be due to the influence of a new force not accounted for in the current standard model of physics. Now, the Fermilab team believes they'll have the required data within 2 years, but they face competition. However, a team at Europe's Large Hadron Collider, or LHC, has also been on the hunt for this discovery. Now, what I will say about Fermilab is that they have been on a constant research of the neutrino, which is a particle that can travel through anything, any solid object. Neutrinos enter one side of the planet and come out the other side of the planet. They constantly bombard our bodies, but these are atomic particles. So maybe when you get older, there'll be so many of them that eat in the head, turns you into a sponge, and maybe that's what causes problems. I don't know. But nonetheless, they are currently using a tube, which sounds kind of simplistic. It's really a little bit more than that, but Fermilab has been able to redirect these neutrinos moving at the speed of light from 30 miles west of Chicago, where Fermilab is located, through a tube all the way to a laboratory in South Dakota. When we come back, I got a really interesting story for you about a cryptid. Are you low on Bigfoot wares and apparel? Visit gotknockers.org to fill that void. Got Knockers has everything from soaps, plushies, shirts, hoodies, jewelry, and so much more. Inspired by a sighting of Bigfoot himself, Got Knockers was born. Visit gotknockers.org. Also, head on over to Facebook to Got Knockers community page, where you will find the best and brightest in the world of Sasquatchery. Got Knockers, brought to you by the mysterious tree knocker in the dead of night. GotKnockers.org. Well, y'all, welcome back. Here's some interesting news. An audience from ABC responds to a survey on whether the extinct thylacine should be brought back to life. Yes, the thylacine. Scientists say that they can revive the extinct thylacine, commonly known as Tasmanian tiger, within a decade. But does anybody really want them to? There is a plan to edit a genome of related species, the Dunnart, to resemble the thylacine's DNA, and then use another relative as a surrogate to gestate the reincarnated baby thylacine. The ABC asked the audience whether they were in favor of the resurrection, against it, or on the fence. It also asked what questions people had for experts. So here is how that survey went. Maybe I'm on the fence was a total of 8%. No, I'm against it at 24%. And yes, bring back the thylacine at an overwhelming 68%. Before you know it, we'll have that creepy looking dog thing walking around again in Tasmania and Australia, and probably here. Who knows? Thanks for listening to this edition of Agent Insider News, exclusively on the Agents of the Unexplained. And remember, you know more now than you did 10 minutes ago.
It wouldn't click off for me. But anyhow, Nikki, you still out there? I sent you a message in two different ones. If you're still out there, please answer. But anyhow, let's talk about something really important. Are you ready for this, Tara?
I hope so.
All right. Because I'm bringing a special guest in just for you.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's all right. You got a couple minutes to be prepared. Yeah, I said payback time, young lady.
Yes.
Mr. Russell Easterbrook, it's glad to have you out there, buddy. All right, Nick. Here's what we're going to, or not Nick, but Tara. Here's what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Your experiences.
Ooh, yes.
We don't want to hear it. Go ahead, honey.
Well, I tend to see orbs before I see a Bigfoot. I've kind of noticed that. How what?
I mean Bigfoots.
I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 8 total. I saw 2 in one expedition, investigation. I saw about 3 or 4 on another investigation, and then I saw about 3 when I was at Prince Gallitzin State Park. And when my very first investigation, was actually a follow-up from an experience I had from 2007, I believe. So I went to with Keith Adkins, we went to Jake's Rocks, Kinzu
Okay.
Dam. And my first experience was having rocks thrown at me. My current boyfriend at the time and myself, we were having rocks thrown at us. And I told my boyfriend, I was like, we need to leave now. And he wasn't really understanding why we had to leave because the sun was setting. It was beautiful. And I'm like, we're having rocks thrown at us. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, he didn't believe me at first because they were hitting the wall, the rock stone wall that I was sitting on. So then finally he heard one and it was like really close to us because the stones kept getting closer and closer and closer as they hit the wall. So finally one hit really close and he saw how big it was and he saw where it hit and he's like, oh my God, what was that? And I'm like, I'm telling you, we have to go. It's Bigfoot. And he's just like, well, I'm like, I'll explain more in the car. So fast forward to 2022 and the doing the investigation, I've found that like magic time is right around like between 8:30 and 8:35 because a bunch of experiences like that I've had have been between that time. But when I was standing there with Keith and he was filming and everything, and I just started seeing lights, and I didn't really understand what it was at first. I'm like, what am I seeing? It was down at the base of the trees, about 30 yards away. And I'm like, what is going on? And I saw a red light and then 3 white lights, and they were just like orbs. I was calling them fairy lights at the time. And I looked up, and right as the 3rd white light like made its appearance, it was then that a Sasquatch walked out from behind a tree and walked to another tree, and then it just disappeared. And I'm like, what was that? And so then when something caught my eye. I can't remember if it was, what was that?
It disappeared, like it blended in with the trees, or like it went through a portal, or what?
Like it appeared from one tree, and then when it hit the next tree, it was gone. Like I didn't see it walking anymore past that other tree.
Okay.
And it was more of a silhouette. I didn't see the fur. It looked like a silhouette. And then about maybe 15 minutes later, something caught my eye again. And I don't know if it was the orbs or what it was, but something caught my eye to look to my left. And now about 15 feet from me, I saw another Bigfoot, or it could have been the same one. I don't know. But the direction that the one was going was total opposite of where this one was coming from. The Bigfoot again went from one tree and it passed over to another tree, and then again it just disappeared, and I ran. So it only took me a few seconds. I just started bolting over to where that Bigfoot had been, and there was nothing there. So I'm looking around for holes in the tree. I'm looking for anything that could explain where it would have went, and I couldn't find anything. And to answer your question about Vance, about Bigfoot chasing orbs the way we did, he didn't chase it. It was literally like I was watching the footpath,
But yeah,
like the foot touching.
the orbs
And then it
I
showed
saw,
itself.
the orbs I saw, I don't know. They were turning. You could tell they were turning like this, but they were actually going through some trees.
Gotcha.
I don't know if they're projecting them to see ahead, which is woo, but I don't care. Is it some kind of energy they are pushing ahead of them? I don't know. See, that's the thing. Brian and Terry's doing that light anomaly research. and they're trying to figure that stuff out too. And I'm kind of glad they're doing that. It's because that's a really unknown thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are they projecting it, or is it just some kind another
Yeah.
mystery we got to go with?
Mhm.
And look who we got. We're bringing her in. Everyone, Miss Nikki.
Hello, Hilly Billy. How are you?
Great, hon. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It took me a little while. I had to turn everything on, and it takes
Yeah.
like forever to get everything loaded up. But
Thank
hey, Tara.
you for doing this.
Hi, Nikki.
Yeah, Tara, Nikki, Tara.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I love this one. I really do. Cause
you
she
play me up way too much there. Way too much.
I know. I'm being dead serious. What you do is awesome. Okay. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Sometimes it's a good feeling, but I talk about the things people don't want to talk about.
Yes.
So it's hard, and my channel's growing slowly. It's growing, but it's because people want to think about the positive stuff. They don't want to think about all that ugly negative stuff. And the only reason I got into doing that is because I was tired of seeing the same old crap over and over posted in all these Facebook groups, and wanted to do something about it, and I'm not doing, I do some debunking, but for the most part, I'm taking, hey Val, I'm taking stuff that's already been debunked and sharing it.
Right.
We have a lot of people with great investigative skills to show us the way, but it just doesn't get put out enough.
Exactly.
So that's what I do.
I'm on a new kick now, Nikki, where I'm pushing new technology. The same old stuff is not working like it should.
Right.
Granted, some of the new technology ain't going to work, but we got to try it. We got to,
Right.
because it seems like we became stale on our researches. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I feel like we've been kind of stale with it.
Well, for sure. I mean, it especially seems like this last couple of years, we've really hit a kind of a low for research because it's the same thing, right? But it's been over 50 years since, we've had anything that we're trying to call legit in the way of videos or anything, and that would be the PNG film. And that's what we're holding that standard up to. It hasn't been fully debunked. It hasn't been fully also, that it's real. It still stands the test of time. I do know of people who are trying to look at it more scientifically in terms of the camera. Okay, let's take Patty out of it, but the film itself and how that got filmed like that, because there's a lot of questions about that were never answered. And shameless plug for Central Florida Bigfoot Matt Larson, who's going to be doing a show this Sunday, and he's going to cover all that, and it's going to be stuff that's going to make you go, okay, I never knew that. So, those are little steps towards the goal, right? It's just, we need to keep going forward. Unfortunately, it's this one step forward, two step back.
That's always.
That happens.
And your show's at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Am I right?
Yeah. My
it does say that. It does say that.
It's Sundays at 5 p.m. And then I have a little morning show I do with Enzo Surreal, and that has nothing to do with Bigfoot. Well, we can talk about it, but that's just a typical morning show thing we do. And then I'll jump on to whoever invites me on. But I have, since going out to Mount St. Helens, I've gotten the boots on the ground bit me bug,
Mhm.
Oh
So I
yeah.
really
Mhm.
want to
Yep.
start. The thing is, I don't live near the woods, so it's about a 3 hour drive to any woods near me.
Oh
So,
wow.
but I've made some progress. Matter of fact, in the last couple of weeks of getting in touch with some people in an area I want to check out, including eyewitness who's willing to take me to where she had her sighting.
Awesome.
So there's things in the works, for me to
Yeah.
go out there because, man, I just enjoyed myself so much. And I'm still putting out those investigation videos from last month because, it
Right.
takes time. You bring them home and then you have to take all that stuff to your cloud and to your drive and
Yeah.
and organize it and all of that stuff. So it's still coming out. Matter of fact, I have a premiere in about an hour of one of the daytime hikes we did. But, if you can't go out and have fun at what you're doing,
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
you really shouldn't do
Yeah.
it. And we had a blast. It was the 2023 Sasquatch Shindig. We I got the
Yes, she
bid,
does. Yes, you do.
and which is good because it's kind of
Mm.
revived me in that way. I've been in the community a long time as an armchair researcher, okay?
Right.
And I don't think that's a bad word. So
That it ain't. You know what? I love my armchair researchers too.
well, we're looking at a bunch of stuff. We're not
Yeah.
just looking at this side of the East Coast. We're looking
Yeah.
at East, West, Canada. We're looking all
Yeah.
over the place and watching everything everybody does. So we have a kind of a little bit of different perspective usually.
Right.
But it's just I just want to keep tabs.
Yeah,
There's red flags, and that's one of my big things is that if you think there's a red flag, then there probably is. Just take it for what it's worth. I'm not telling you to go and shoot anybody.
no.
I'm not, don't just
Here's the thing
take it for
too.
what it's worth.
Here's the thing. Yeah, like Val said, you got the boots on the ground bug.
Mhm.
I've been laid up all summer. I don't know if you know the whole story, but I ended up with both lungs filled up with blood clots.
Oh, geez.
So I wasn't allowed to do much. Well, I'm released from the doctors. So here at the beginning of next month, we're doing a camp out at Salt Fork.
Mm-hmm.
8 days after that, we're going up to the Alleghenies on a scientific research for 5 days. And then in November, we're going to the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. I'm going to get my field boots on the ground research real quick, baby.
All of it.
I missed,
All at once.
and I missed it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's all good. And it just makes you, because I have to tell you, I really learned a lot by going out there and doing those hikes and
Yes.
everything. And I was with Thomas Steenberg,
Oh, geez.
he's going down in history.
Yes.
We say the 4 horsemen of Bigfoot, but there really should be 5 because he should be included in that group of researchers. But man, I couldn't have been with the best person to teach me the ropes.
That's great.
Him and Brent Dill, the tall ones. I couldn't have asked for better people to be out there with me and show me what it was really all about. I mean, I've always been camping, but this was something different. And
That was more than camping.
yeah, it was more. And we were out there in the dark,
Yep.
just nothing. And it's unfortunate. Well, it's fortunate. I did have an experience, but it was the very last night of camp. Brent and Thomas had already left. All the equipment had been taken down. The recorders were full and down, and we had nothing. We were just having fun that night around the campfire, started hearing things. But it was the last night. We all decided we got to get up early. We're breaking camp, and that's it. And that's the night all kinds of shit happened.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Mhm.
Of course. And
Yeah.
so I had no visual, but I was not asleep. I have 3 videos of me doing, I call it my Squatch Blair project, where I'm in my tent with the light on my face. And I'm like, there's something walking outside my tent, you know?
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah. And I listed that. I'm pretty sure I listed it as that because it's kind of hilarious, but I was scared. I thought it was a bear getting into our garbage. But there was one point where something walked up to the corner of my tent, right where my head was, and leaned down and said, cha, right at my ear. I don't know of a bear that makes that kind of sound.
I've never heard one do that.
I 100% expected sniffs when I felt the presence come down, like, like something
Yeah.
scratching or sniffing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
did not happen that entire night. There was none.
Yeah,
But
you got that dead right because, I lived in the mountains of PA, the Chestnut Ridge. They're loaded for bear. Okay. Yeah.
well, yeah,
But now-
Washington is full of bear.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
expecting bear,
And-
but it was not bear behavior. And I know I heard bipedal footstep all around the camp. And in the morning, there were footprints all over the place.
Yeah.
And they were small. They were not large. They were like regular.
Juvenile.
Yeah, and I knew where everybody was because it was 2 tents and then another one on the other side, and then Jay and his wife happened to be in their little bitty trailer across from me, which the door makes a lot of noise creaking open and shut.
Right.
He was asleep. They were asleep. Jen was awake in her tent next to us because when I first heard something going through the garbage, I'm like, Jen, Jen, something's in the garbage. And she heard me because, she responded. And then we were quiet the rest of the time. We didn't talk. But she had an experience. And then Dakota on the other side also had an experience. And it moved his tent. And then he heard it whispering some stuff that he couldn't make out. So, and in the water, something got in the water, and then there were steps coming out of the water. I mean,
wow.
It was just some weird stuff that happened, and now I want to know more.
Always.
Yeah.
You just went down a deeper rabbit hole. That's all.
Right. Right. But now I have a whole lot more respect for everybody who gets those sounds, and you want to like, another thing of sounds or whatever. But now I've had that experience. So it's like it has a little more meaning. And I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah, I had something like that, So
for the ones that don't understand or don't go out and experience, they're like, okay, she's just being a little weird. But no, you're not.
Yeah, it has given me more respect.
At my camp out this past April, the first night I heard some footsteps outside my tent, bipedal, and it was heavy. And I get up and go out. There's no one walking around. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to check this out. Vance, why don't you do that for us? How deep the rabbit hole is. Do that for me. Because it's a very deep hole. I saw impressions on the ground. The ground was hard. So it's hard to say, for sure what it was because I didn't see it. But I'm going to say I believe it was because it was heavy footsteps. And I think I startled it when I coughed because that was the beginning of the blood clots in my lungs and I didn't realize it. And I coughed and that's when I heard the footsteps taken off. So
Right.
I slept through everything. Because my tent was like near his. Everyone's like talking about their stuff that happened overnight. I'm like, I slept through everything. I'm like, I don't know why.
She did too. She missed it, and that. But it was a great camp out. A lot of people had a
Mhm.
lot of experiences. And what was
Mhm.
it? 5 sightings.
Yeah.
And the girl,
Wow.
her very first sighting, and she she was with me when I had mine, but she didn't see it. But she got her very first sighting at the same time it was being filmed where it was at. And somebody said, well, you need to go back and take pictures to prove that that's what it was. Now it's on film.
Mhm.
You have other witnesses. So why should she have to go back and get more pictures of the same spot?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and when that person said that, I kind of got mad. It's like
Yeah, it's a
there's
funny
a
thing. I was the ultimate skeptic. I believed in Bigfoot because I just knew of people who had had experiences and I believed them. But as far as evidence, I squashed a lot of stuff because I
oh
just
yeah,
didn't believe in it. And good and bad, both sides, right?
yeah,
But
Mhm.
I'm still going to be that skeptic researcher. I mean, Bigfoot shouldn't come into your mind first
no,
when you're out there.
no.
Mm-mm.
So,
Number one, think outside the box. Number
Yeah.
two, decide what could have caused this.
mhm,
Mhm.
Was it weather, nature, animal,
right.
human? It's don't say it's Bigfoot till you're done debunking everything. Then don't even say it. Say it's a possibility because you
Mhm.
didn't see it do it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And
You always say alleged. It's alleged.
yeah,
Unless
yeah,
you saw it happening and you took video of it happening, everything's just, like
yeah,
that, alleged. So,
exactly. And I agree with Vance. Always be a skeptic first. And
Mhm.
and I try to debunk it every time. I do. And
mhm.
I'm not a firm believer in these tree structures.
Oh, me either.
98% of them I debunked. There's that 2% I haven't been able to. So I can say that's a possibility. Uh, Especially the one I found. Oh, it was about 5 miles into the woods. And you don't have people around
Mhm.
walking through there. Uh, Even a lot of hunters don't walk back in that area. So,
Mhm.
and then that's a possible. I ain't saying it is for sure.
Mhm.
And it's just, you got to be a skeptic at all times.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where your work comes in, Nikki, because being skeptic, you want to make sure what it is.
Right.
And that's where you get that respect from me too, because the way you look at it all. And, you know,
It's just somebody has to keep tabs. And there are a lot of people out there doing that, like Squatch Detective Steve Calls.
uh,
He does that. He's a great investigator and he will always be he'll have answers, and if he doesn't have them, he'll find them or
right.
try to explain them.
He
You know,
does.
but we like to just, oh man, I don't know if that's real or not, but
Uh,
whatever, and just move on. I guess that's okay for some people, but I'm not like that. And if I see the same thing posted over and over after I know what it is, where it came from, like this week you've been seeing the Beacon Bigfoot hoax all over all the groups, okay?
yes.
Of that little Chaka Bigfoot juvenile walking in the
Yeah.
woods with his hair all crazy. That's the Beacon Bigfoot hoax. And we've
Yeah.
already discovered that it's completely hoaxed. It was created. It's a mom, dad, juvie, and a
Yeah.
baby There are all kinds of photos. It was a documentary done by Ron English, okay? And there's proof all over. He even
Right.
tours with the damn family,
Yeah.
you know?
But Vance is talking about the video of a gorilla in a tree breaking a branch. Is it the branch is this big around? Okay. You barely get my hand around it. It's up in the tree and it's hanging. And the branch is probably about 12 foot long. It goes way up. And he's up in the tree doing it. And he works it a little bit and he snapped it, a silverback gorilla. Neptune was his name. And I posted that on my group page and it says, does this answer any questions? You know, truthfully. Yeah, these tree breaks, you see stuff way up and it's just one branch. Oh, they just twist them. No, that gorilla didn't twist it. He snapped it right off.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if a Bigfoot is bigger than that gorilla and stronger than, yeah, that's very possible. I ain't saying they actually do that because I've never seen them climb up in a tree.
Well, we know that they have strength because we had too many eyewitnesses saying that there got to be 600 to 800 pounds, and that has to come with strength. I mean, you know, they have to have something there, and people always call them barreled, right? They're just round and thick, and people can't believe the kind of girth they have, the kind of expanse of their shoulders.
Oh
my gosh. Yes.
That's strength. And we do get a lot of encounters now saying that they're thinner, not as thick as, say, maybe up in the northern territories, but you know, that they're thinner but still muscular, like athletic.
Well, a lot of reports we have up here is more of the 7 to 8 foot height, 4 foot wide, a little bit thinner than out west. But like the one I saw was about 7 foot tall, you know, and he was 4 foot wide. And the muscle tone on him scared the living shit out of me. And I ain't gonna lie about that at all. And even though I'm the type that don't get scared, but it scared me, the size of them, knowing that I could die.
The
I don't know.
principle.
Yeah. That's
We
my
also
buddy
have
Mike
to think
Hartman.
they can't get overly huge as well. Okay, that's a whole nother principle working there. And some people like to dismiss it, but you just can't get larger than, you know, 15 feet, okay, without having circulatory issues and food sources, because that takes a lot of caloric intake to be able to support a body that big. And to boot, I would be some major shits out there that we're not finding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't joking.
So the bigger the animal, the bigger the poop. So there's a lot of things, you know. You just have
I can debunk that one right now, Nikki. That theory. The bigger the animal, the bigger the poop. I don't know. My 6-year-old grandson puts out a huge, and I mean huge shit. And so
what are you feeding him?
Whatever he wants.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
argue with my little buddy.
Yeah,
I don't argue with my little buddy. If he wants it, he gets it. He's
But
my
I have to
youngest
say
grandson.
though, they have super athletic. I mean, when I was hiking up hills at Salt Fork, and like my thighs were burning from like all the output of muscle use that you were using, and to watch a Bigfoot like scamper up a hill with no problem, like that just amazes me.
Yeah.
Bell agrees about.
Well, their bodies are
the
made.
size has to do with their location. Yes. and I'm not going to argue that one, Val, because I agree with Nikki. Because look at the deers. The farther south you go, the smaller the deer.
Mhm.
Right.
I seen a full-size deer down in Florida, and I thought it was a lab dog.
Yeah, they're
The
little
height-
down south.
yeah. So, yeah, I agree with it. Goes with the surroundings.
Mhm.
You're going to have differences in any geographical area you
Yeah.
have. You have different, their
Yeah.
makeup's going to be different so that they can survive in that area.
Right.
If it's hotter, they don't need as much hair. They don't need to be taller or bigger.
Where I was living
in are smaller.
Where I was living over in Chestnut Ridge, a lot of the guys are real short. Reason of, most of them were miners. They went underground.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I still wouldn't mess with any of them because as short as they were strong as an ox too.
Mhm.
But something Shane says, I'm of the opinion that Bigfoot is not related at all to gorillas. The body portions are not similar in comparison. He's kind of right. The silverback gorilla and that Bigfoot I saw, the bodies don't look the same at all. Now, mine didn't have to walk like this here. It stood upright. It was able to walk like us.
Mhm. I don't think they because gorillas and they're in the trees more. I mean, are Bigfoots in the trees a lot? I don't know. I haven't seen them that often, but wouldn't that make up for why the gorillas are so big and broad-chested for being up in the trees?
Possibility.
Yeah.
That's a very good possibility. The size of them, like I said, mine, the chest was huge.
Mhm.
The lower half, the abdomen there, you can see it was like 2 6-packs added together, but
Mhm.
he was kind of thinner.
Yeah.
The legs were big muscled. The arms were big muscled.
Mhm.
The trapezes, of course, were large.
What would Bigfoot commit murder over any dispute and not be buried? I kind of don't get that question.
Mm-mm.
So would Bigfoot commit murder? So okay,
over
would
any
Bigfoot
dispute.
kill a person or one of their own? Are you
Yeah.
talking about? Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, Vance, get in a little more depth. And Randy, he says that the Bigfoot they saw down in Virginia was about 8 foot tall. It was ripped muscle wise. And he figures it was from going up and down the mountains in Virginia. And I agree. These things are out in the woods, walking and doing everything. Oh, leave my puppy alone. That's my puppy. She loves me. Her Winnie loves me.
Time for a prank. Oh my God, thou shalt not hoax. Is that part of it? No, we were having fun out there at night, and I have to tell you that Thomas Steenberg scared me at least 5 times when we were out there in the dark. He kept saying Pumpkinhead, in the dark. We're in complete darkness, and he would come out of the dark saying stuff like that. I almost hit him with my my walking stick.
Oh, that was from Shane. But Shane got Mike Hartman good. He did.
Oh, it's going too fast. Come back. So
Mike
back to
Harden,
that one comment, argued between each other and commits murder over territory or spouse. So Bigfoot committing murder on a Bigfoot.
yeah,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
But here's what Mike
Well-
Hartman says.
Snakes
Says-
goes up. Yeah,
He's right.
yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Corky.
Well, that's if you believe they're. Well, I don't want to even get into that conversation. Like,
That's a very
Homo
hypothetical.
sapien. I'm this. We're human. I consider us human, and I don't think of them as that until proven. They can have the homo, right? But beyond that, we don't know where they
Mhm.
triggered off
Exactly.
the ladder of life. There, we don't know where they sprouted from.
Yeah.
So, is it
Yeah.
murder? Do animals commit murder? You're calling, when there's territorial disputes between bears and deer and whatever, and they kill each other. I don't
The
call that
thing is-
murder. That's survival of the species to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Or survival of the fittest.
Right.
I'm not going to argue that one either because we all got.
it's a very fine line, and I know that. They're, but people also think that
Dude.
they go up in spaceships and come out of
Dude,
trees. That's your choice.
Yes. And we don't like to argue with people about their choices like that. But here's the thing, too. If a young male Bigfoot challenges the alpha, yeah, there's going to be a fight. It might be a fight to the death.
Mhm.
Or that's how we get a rogue, angry Bigfoot that attacks people. We just don't know because we haven't gone that far into studying them
Yeah.
because we haven't been able to. The old technology is not working. It's because I want to get into the new technology, get there and decide what the hell it is and what it's doing and the whole 9 yards. I'm not up for that DNA technology. I'm up for the better technology. What they're doing, how they're doing it, where they're doing it. Let me join in with you. I'll be a Jane Goodall, sit there and watch it.
Mhm.
Then our friend Michael Cook asked me a question.
Mike,
And yes.
where is he? I don't even see him.
No, he's not here, but he did.
Oh.
He asked me this question.
Oh,
And
okay.
he goes,
Okay.
Bill, say someone actually brought out a body of a Bigfoot and says, here it is. This is a Bigfoot. We finally got one on display. Would you quit researching it? Because it's found. And I went, hell no.
Mhm.
I says, I already know they exist. I
Mhm.
saw one. I don't care about that.
Mhm.
I care about what they're doing, how they're doing, where they're doing it. And, put PA down in history.
You don't like the sound of crickets? I can't see who said that. It just says Facebook user, but
Oh, wait a minute. And
Here,
Mike
I'll give you my
and
own.
Mike-
there. Now I have crickets too. Are you good with that?
Who has
Mhm.
crickets? Oh, that
I'll
was
take them
Vance
off.
asking.
I'll take them. That no, somebody does have crickets, but I have them on demand.
That might be here. But no, I ain't shutting my window. And Mike says, me and technology. You're right, Mike. I'm not that smart with technology, but I'm down to learning how to use it. And let's get out there and go that route.
Yeah.
And
Who said that? Who said that?
What?
Who has pictures of a baby Bigfoot?
Corky.
And you
Corky
would?
would. Mhm. Corky would have that.
Send it to me, Corky, son, real quick, and I'll put it up so Nikki can see it.
You might not want to show me. Just kidding.
Yeah. You got to go to Corky's research on YouTube and check out his stuff.
Yeah.
Nikki.
Is
seriously.
it, what's it under?
Corky's
Corky?
research. Yes.
Oh, it's under Corky research. We'll do it right now.
She's going there right now.
Found you. I will sub to you. And Mystery Sounds, Caught Movement. What's the name? Big guy.
You might have left to go put it on my thing because he hasn't answered. Yep, he just messaged me. All right.
Just what name am I looking at? What's the name of the
Corky's research?
No. I mean the name of the video. I'm looking at all his stuff right now.
Oh, wait a minute, Cork.
Did I catch
Oh, he
you
sent
now?
it. I agree with you, Shane.
No, that's well, we're out on the ground using it, Cork.
New baby.
We got to be out there.
Okay, I'm looking right now.
Oh, you're looking at it?
Uh-huh.
All right, I don't have to share it. Oh, I got another message. Celine Wolf wants my Cash App for
Nice.
a blessing. All right. What kind of blessing is she going to give me? Jesus. Ignorant asses think I'm falling for that stupid scam. Nikki's looking at it right now. She went to your page, Cork. That's true, Shane. That's very true.
Mhm.
And not just that, a lot of people are better doing that armchair research. That's how I started. You know, from being in the woods all those years and seeing some, you know, that just brought me on out to do this type of research, even more to the boots on the ground. Corky saying looks like a monkey with no tail. That's almost true too, Vance. The hand crank 8mm film camera.
I don't have his audio on, so I need to, I see what he's circling. Uh-oh.
All right. Uh-oh, what?
My audio got away from me. You guys didn't hear that?
No.
No, I didn't.
Good. Good, because it went to some commercial. I'll have to look. I've got it now saved, and I'll look at it more, but because I need to hear what he's saying about what he's describing, because you can see his finger pointing at stuff, but I don't know what he's looking at, so we'll take a look. I'll take a look. It won't matter because I wasn't there, okay? That's another thing.
Right.
We can all look at people's stuff, but if you weren't there, you're missing a big part of a lot of
Yes.
the videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can honestly say he does have activity there.
Mhm.
I was there not this past Memorial Day, time before, and he put these little small buckets with peanuts in them,
Uh-huh.
and hung a couple glow sticks on them, and there was 5 of them. He hung them up in the trees on up in his
Yeah.
research area. And there was several of us there just sitting around the campfire, BSing, uh, talking about our different types of researches and everything. And then I looked up and I see this bucket moving back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, am I seeing this right? And then it stopped. And then it did it again. And I'm like, whoa. Guys, I think that bucket up there is moving. Which bucket? Which bucket? The one at the top. Jay Pouch had his thermal. Shot the thermal up there. There was 2 of them sitting there eating nuts out of the bucket, watching us. We were the entertainment.
Wow.
So yeah, I tried to get a picture of the thermal, but it looked like one big white blob.
Yeah.
And I took a picture with my phone.
Mm-hmm.
But you can actually see them both sitting there reaching into the bucket.
Wow.
Yeah, that was neat. That was very neat. That really got my heart pumping too.
Have you sent that off to get refined and put into a computer to clean it up, or?
That was Jay Fauci's, so I
Oh,
don't have it. I don't have it, or I would have.
Yeah.
Cork, do you remember if he recorded that, or was we just looking? I can't remember. Well, yeah, that's another truth.
Staying in one place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of do that too, but I'm at the beginning of doing this, so I've got many trips now planned because I don't want to do that. I want to go all over. I want to see what other people are seeing. So I'm going to be hooking up with people to take me to the areas to prove to me stuff, or not to prove to me, but to show me, you know, they've got active areas. Hence going to Mount St. Helens. Next year I'll be going to Canada. We've got the Land Between the Lakes is going to happen. Here in New Mexico is going to happen. We want to do the Adirondacks at some point.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Somewhere near Calgary. We haven't, I don't know, the Nordegg down area down.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff in the works for the group I'm working with, but personally, I'm going to be headed out to New Mexico to do a lot of research. So
there's supposed to be a lot of stuff going on there too. New Mexico.
There has been, but there's also been a lot of fires in the last 3-4 years. There's been a ton of fires. So I don't know, you know, they got to go somewhere. I don't think they can't stay right where they were. And it's kind of the way the mountains are here in the Southwest. You know, you have the mountains and then you've got vast desert spots. So there's only specific places they're going to be. And I know a lot of people also want to say that, well, they'll go underground and they'll do this and that, but there's really no evidence to support that, in my opinion. You know,
right.
I think they're staying in the high mountains pretty much.
I got too. You know, we definitely gotta. Yeah. Some people say they go into caves and hide there through the winter. They don't hibernate like bears.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of sightings during the winter months. So, excuse me. And the thing is, they're built different than we are.
For sure.
They got the hair. They got the body mass. You know, they can handle the cold better.
Yep.
You know,
They may do small migration areas where they have a summer area, they have a winter area.
mm-hmm.
It's totally makes sense that they would do something like that. The same with food sources.
Yeah.
If food sources in one area deplete, they have to move to where it goes.
Well,
Whether
that's
that
the
be
thing.
the berries or in fruits, to water sources. So
That's the thing. I believe they travel in like a bear has a 50-mile radius. It travels in a big circle. And I believe Bigfoot does the same thing because they're not depleting the food source.
mm-hmm.
They're taught that from
Right.
generation to generation. Like spring and fall in the one area I research is the hot times for it. You have a little bit of activity in the winter, very little in the winter, and very little in the summer. But spring and fall is the hot times for it.
Yeah, pretty much everybody says that. Of course, you've got people who are saying that they are habituating and they have activity year round. So if it's true, they are habituating and have Bigfoot on the regular, then, they're feeding them. They're feeding them. And they're going to change their habits according to that. So, I don't believe in the whole feeding them. I think they're fine on their own. You shouldn't do that. But if you do, pick something that's already in the area. Give them the nuts, the berries, or the wild apples, because we have a lot of orchards here in the Southwest, and there's wild apples everywhere. And do something's already there, that they're used to. But oh my God, I'm not a big fan of when people give peanut butter, because there's many animals that can't eat that sugar, that fake xylitol, whatever it is in those
including your pet dogs. Including your pet dogs.
If they can kill your dog, you think they're going to kill the raccoons and the squirrels. So you're just harming the wildlife. Their bodies aren't made to process those chemicals. Give them natural stuff,
Yeah. And I'm wondering if they have the capability to hibernate like a bear.
I say no.
I say no, but we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Another thing to put on the slate. We don't know. Maybe they go into not really a hibernation, but
a dormant stage.
Dormant, where they're. Do they hold food? Do they store it? It leads to more questions, right?
It does.
That's all we got. Yeah. That's all interesting.
I don't think they go dormant like the bear does in the winter. There's been too many sightings in the wintertime.
Gotcha.
But this is my theory. I can't say for sure, and I won't say for sure. Just by the amount of sightings there has been, and how many footprints people have found in the snow, and so I don't think they do.
Gotcha.
Do I think they slow down a little bit in the winter? Hell yes. Who don't slow down in the cold?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
I think so.
Yeah.
And you're right. Bears that have food sources year round, they do not go into a full hibernation.
No.
They will stay up. And,
there ain't a single bear that goes into full hibernation. They got to get up, do the bathroom business, got to eat a little bit to keep their. That's been proven. A bear doesn't sleep all winter. And I kind of studied that one when I lived down in that Chestnut Ridge mountain range.
Sasquatch follow food in the winter. Okay.
And Sasquatch will not eat my food that has been cooked. that's an interesting statement. Who said
Mhm.
That's Corky.
Mm,
That's Corky.
okay. Because we had
Ma-
all kinds of food out that night. That's why I was mad that we didn't take care of our garbage and we had left some food out. There was a thing of butter, there was cookies, and what was the other thing I noticed left out? There was oil. Bears love oil. What
Mm,
the heck? None of that was touched that night. None of it. And
Luckily.
the foil that came out of the garbage wasn't shredded. It was like opened and liquid.
Mhm.
So it was weird. There was a lot of weird things about that.
Yeah, here's something Mike put. Yeah, and I got to agree with him here. Because this past February, I was up in New York State, and it was 19 degrees out the whole weekend that we were there. And yes, the wind was blowing. And did I want to get out of the truck and move? Hell no. Did I? Very little. Yeah, so yeah, and I believe they are built for it. And yes, we're too busy trying to stay warm.
You have to go out.
Would you quit talking to my puppy?
I think she wants out.
But anyhow, holy cow, it's 8:37.
Mhm.
We've been at it for an hour and almost 40 minutes now.
Mhm.
Wow. Thank you, Nikki. You made it interesting.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to join in.
Yeah, it was fun. I
Yeah.
have to get ready for the, well, I'm doing a premiere. It's not just the day investigation that we did on Thursday is
Yeah.
going to go out, and that'll be fun. But that'll be on Sasquatch Secrets in about half an hour.
Awesome.
I'm going to have to tune in tonight.
Just us
Okay.
having a ball. That's all it was. That was our
Yeah.
number one goal too of that whole event, was to get to meet people I have been doing shows with and
Right.
talking with for years, and to give everybody a big old hug and to make some good food and have a good time. And that's what we did. And it
That's
was
awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, I know.
I have to run up and get my supper.
I'm almost done.
I made supper before I came in here. So, well, thank you guys for having me on, and hopefully we can do it again.
Yes,
Thank
thank you,
you
Nikki.
Thank you very much, Nikki. I'm glad
You're
you came
welcome.
in.
Bye,
You
guys.
We'll see you
Bye.
soon, hon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. JW couldn't make it in, I see. So thank goodness Nikki jumped in with us.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
it was awesome to have her. It really is. I love her. Winnie! Winnie!
Who's saying your name?
Winnie! She's like, I don't care. I got to go. But all right, folks. Thank you again. We'll talk to you all soon. Mike will. He's always doing the live.
Mhm.
So, and Shane's always slamming.
Thank you.
Per Mike, yeah, right. That ain't happening. Hey, I like this thing. I got it during the pandemic, and I wore it to the doctor's office. Yeah, I'd have that back surgery, so I wore that in there. Screw 'em.
Tonight was a great show. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. I'm so glad Nikki was able to jump in. She is a wealth of information. She's up to 5 Shane books. That's awesome.
That's great.
And next week, Ernie DeBoe my friend Ernie will be on. He had a sighting up close and personal, and he says they do sign language. They know sign language. So and I heard the story. It'd be very interesting for all yins to hear it. With all honesty, it is a very interesting story. The following week, we're going to have Barb Horn Hartman on. She's from out in Washington State, and she has a Bigfoot near her property.
Awesome.
And she does her own podcast too, and she has the Bigfoot No Drama group page.
Gotcha.
And great lady. We're going to have fun with that one. And then we're going to have Heather Mosier from Small Town Monsters, which unfortunately I won't be here. Tara's going to take over. And Mike, shut up. I know what you're going to say, and I know she'll do good. Then on the 27th, we're going to have what's his name? The American Stonehenge guy. I know his name. Is just my mind's blank. He will be on, and Tara's probably going to be handling that one for the first part of it. Then I'll be in. So that's going to be interesting. But then we go into October. Rocktober! Because we're going to rock it. On the 4th of October, we're not only going to start the spooky month off with a bang, it's going to get banging with Angel! The ghost cat. Then the following week, none other than Justin England from the Cryptid of the Corn.
Awesome.
The 18th, I haven't decided yet. Then on the 25th, we're going to have none other than Michael Cook.
Wonderful.
Then on the 27th, it's a special one. We're going to have Three Souls Paranormal on. They're going to be in Gettysburg when they do this.
Awesome.
And those guys are great. Everyone will love them. I met them at Gretchen Fest. We had a blast. Yes, I pick on Frank because he's a Baltimore Ravens fan. And I will hold that against him. But anyhow, they're great guys. They're all about ghost hunting, the whole 9 yards. Like Angel. They're like Angel. So I'll give them that. So on the 18th, I don't know who we're going to have yet, but I'll figure it out. But other than that, remember September 7th through the 10th, Salt Fork State Park Group Camp Area, $5 per person per night, primitive camping. We got a bunch of stuff happening. Actually, Ghost Chick's going to take us to do a little ghost hunt there at one of the cemeteries. And she's going to give a demonstration on the equipment. Going to be a couple podcasts going on from the group camp area. Mike Hartman's going to be there. I don't know if that'll help or hinders, but Mike will be there. Shane Spencer will be there. Of course, yours truly, me. Tara's too good to be there. But anyhow, good night, all.
Good night, everyone.
This has been an Agents of the Unexplained original podcast. Like us on Facebook, subscribe and view on YouTube, and please visit our store link in the bio. Thank you for listening, and remember that paranormal is the new normal.